I honestly didn't expect to walk out of the theater saying this, but after sitting with Spider-Man Brand New Day, I can genuinely say it's my favorite Spider-Man movie ever. Now, I know that's a huge statement to make, so let's talk about why. And if you're new around here and you enjoy movie reviews, rankings, and all things cinema, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we got a lot more coming your way. All right, let's get to it. Without spoiling anything, Spider Man Brand New Day follows Peter Parker trying to navigate the world after the events of No Way Home. He's forced to move forward in a world that looks very different than the one he once knew. And premise wise, that's all I'm going to get into because I kind of want you guys to go in, experience the movie for yourself, and I don't want to ruin it for you. I want this film to reach in and grab you like it grabbed me, and the only way that can happen is with zero spoilers. But what I love, the first thing that really stood out to me in this film was Tom Holland as Spider Man. What I'm saying to you is this is the best version of Spider Man that I've ever seen on screen. Now, that is no disrespect to the Spider Mans that came before. What I'm saying to you is this Spider Man made me feel something. Seeing this new version of Peter Parker, or more mature Peter Parker, is something I immediately resonated with. Why? Because as a grown man, I can completely relate to his situation. Being a leader, being a protector, being one who has to look out for others, ultimately putting yourself last is something that's really highlighted in this film, and it really resonated with me. You see Peter firsthand sacrificing everything that was important to him for the sake of protecting those around him. And that's something that as a husband and a father, I can completely relate to. Peter is more independent, more confident, but yet and still, he never loses sight of those same qualities that makes him the Peter Parker that we all know and love. For me, this movie finally lets Peter Parker completely stand on his own, and I absolutely love that. Another thing that I appreciated was the balance in this film. This film knows when to be funny, and it also knows when to slow down for the emotional moments. When I say this movie captivated me, it captivated me. When Peter felt angry, I was angry. When he was sad, I almost shed a tear. This movie is emotionally deep, and I felt it from start to finish. The humor never ruins the serious moments, and the emotional moments felt earned, something that you feel from knowing everything that this man has gone through. And the pacing in this movie also kept me invested from beginning to end. Now let's talk about the action. I honestly think that this movie has some of the best Spider-Man action scenes we've seen to date. The web swinging felt faster, the fights felt more personal, and the choreography makes Spider-Man look exactly how I imagined him. And every action scene serves the story instead of just having action for the sake of action. Visually, this movie was incredible. It's cinematically gorgeous. From him flying through the sky, the attack scenes, explosions, the scale feels massive. And several moments in this movie reminded me why I think it's so important to experience these type of movies in theaters. This is absolutely a movie I would recommend going to see on the biggest screen you can. I can't praise this movie enough. I thought the performances were fantastic. Tom Holland as Spider-Man, Zendaya as MJ created some of the most emotional moments, and I felt them in my heart. You can actually feel the emotional growth between these characters without the movie having to constantly remind you of everything that they've gone through. It was apparent from the opening moment that they had experienced something dire and that Peter was bearing the brunt of it. The antagonist in this film, and a lot of you may know who it is, a lot of you may not. I can't go into it without spoiling the movie, brings an emotional element to this movie that elevates it times 10. When we finally get into what this person is all about, I felt the anger and rage inside of me that person felt, and it made the movie all that more relatable. There's something about a villain where you can actually see where they're coming from that makes the villain 10 times better. What immediately comes to mind is like Killmonger from Black Panther. You can relate to his character. You know why he's doing the things he's doing. You just think he's going too far. That's this character. This character has a completely relatable scenario, and I just can't wait so I can talk to y'all about it in the comment section. So y'all need to go see this one ASAP. This movie does a great job of making the conflict feel personal, and that made the story even better. As far as criticisms go, I don't think I really have many. I would like to watch it a second time before I get into any criticisms, but I don't really have any off the top of my head. And by the way, if you're enjoying this review so far, make sure you hit that like button. It really helps to get the video out there, and I'm trying to build this platform up. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe. But back to the review. Walking out of the theater, I found myself not comparing this film to the other MCU Spider-Mans in the franchise. I found myself comparing this film to every Spider-Man movie that I've ever seen. And somehow it came out on top, at least for me. Spider-Man Brand New Day captures everything I love about Spider-Man. The heart, the humor, the incredible action, the relatability, the strong performances, and most importantly, capturing who Peter Parker really is. This is why this movie resonated with me so much. As far as my rating goes for this movie, I give it about a 9.5 out of 10. This is not just my favorite Spider-Man movie, it's one of my favorite superhero movies in recent memory. But that's just my opinion. Now I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comment section below, where does Spider-Man Brand New Day rank in your list of Spider-Man movies? And if you haven't seen it yet, has this review made you want to check it out? Please be sure to let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn on those notifications so you don't miss a thing. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.